Hello everyone, I'm Lyrical Artist, and that character that was just on the screen and faded out slowly was my second fursona. They fall between the one that I already redrew in my old art redraw video and my current sona. This character was a gender, because each fursona that I've created marks a different identity for me. Like the first one was female because that's how I identified when I designed her. This one was agender because that's how I identified when I designed them, and my current one is trans boy because that's how I identify. And that's probably where I'm going to stay, because when I think of myself and I think of male, I'm like, that's the way to go, whereas every other identity's been a little bit like, especially with agender, because I was like, gender is stupid. But I was looking through my art blog's archive, and I went all the way back to 2015, and I was gonna redraw something from June of 2015, because my old art sucks, especially the furries, who I could only draw, like, profiles of, and not even, like, fursona profile can be, like, a furry profile can be done really well, like, Night in the Woods. Mine wasn't that great. My art style sucks. So, I was looking at this older art because, most of the art I've been doing was either a year or less old, or it was for a special occasion like that old art redraw thing I did, and I only did that once. And the other art that I was doing was redraws of Homestuck art, because I'm back big into Homestuck, even though it ended over a year ago. The video game still hasn't come out. It's been like 3 years since that was supposed to happen. This sona, who originally their name would go between my birth name and Lyric. Lyric is so non-gendered of a name because I was like, I don't gender. And now that I do binary gender, I still kept Lyric because I was like, it just suits me. So it works out. But this character has been renamed because the person who helped encourage me to redraw them in the first place, because when I looked at June of 2015, everything was either, there were my GemOCs, who are just a confusing jumble that I don't know what to do with anymore, or they were art pieces that were associated with people I don't talk to. Even the gems are actually a bit associated with people I don't talk to, so I was just like, I don't really want to do anything from this era, but I do want to redraw something. This one person was like, hey, you should do it anyway, because I did say that this character's design was still cute. And that same person actually helped me get the springboard for what the name should be. God, I don't have pulled up exactly what they said, but the name that I decided to go with was Velaine. And there it is. That was perfect timing. And I did not decide on the name Velaine before I jokingly said that I was going to name them Earth Vixen Dirty Hoof, which is a name that I generated with the fantasy name generator, fursona name generator. I said generator too many times, but you'll have noticed, right as it changed, that the coloring was all done and I went right into the shading, and that's because the coloring recording of the video got fucked, because I did this in, typically I do this in 3 parts. I sketch it, and then I line it, and I don't actually start recording until I get to the lining, but then I do the coloring, and then I do the shading, and the line, color, shade are all 3 different video parts, because it keeps me from stressing out and sitting down too long. Because I'll get up and I'll do stretches, because you don't want to fuck up your body. It's more apparent now that I've changed a few design elements, like everything color-wise is still the same. Like all the colors are in essentially the same place, except the stripe is now a giant heart. across their chest, because I don't know, I wasn't feeling the stripe anymore. And their hair now has a gradient to it that I'm actually going to change, because I just went from the icy blue and then I made it darker at the bottom, and I thought at first, like, oh, it's gonna be nice, it's gonna look cool. Just the gradient on its own did look fine, but then when I put in the shading, it kind of just looks like I did a gradient shade of the hair under my normal shading, and so now I'm thinking I might do this differently. Like, their beans are a red purple. I think I might change those to a blue purple, and then have their hair grading out to be a sort of purplish color, because that'll tie, all the colors will sort of have their match. Like, well, the gray won't really, but that's just throwing in another shade of gray, and I'm don't need too many shades of gray. But then that'll leave the golden eyes to sort of pop on their own. This character, Velaine, is going to be reincorporated into a new story, completely abandoning everything else that they had before, which I think at one point involved My Little Pony. That's embarrassing to admit, but they're going to be put into my story Bitterbark, because all old characters become part of the Bitterbark character collective, because I just have so many characters who I'm still attached to. Oh, I just put the heart shines in the eyes, and that reminded me that the heart actually became part of the character, sort of reflecting what kind of person Velaine is. They're very kind and caring. They try their hardest to help people around them. You could probably pause it and see on their info it says that they like to knit, and they always have sweaters to give out to people, because they live up where it's colder, and so Velaine's just like, take this sweater, and here they are, all done and complete, and I love them, and I can't wait to redraw them again, honestly. I love this character all over again. Bye guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.